Imagine you're trapped in a forest. Every path looks the same. You keep going right and you keep ending up back where you started. The only escape, make a different choice. This is exactly how a while loop works. It repeats until the condition changes. We'll build while loops with user input, loops through numbers with counters, and learn to spot and stop infinite loops. Here's the Lost Woods program. The first line calls input and stores the user's response in a variable called where. Then the while loop checks, is where equal to the string right? If yes, Python enters the loop body. The body asks the same question again and reassigns where to whatever the user types. This is the key pattern. The input call inside the loop gives the user a chance to change where each time through. If they type right again, the condition stays true and the loop repeats. The moment they type anything else, left for instance, where gets reassigned to that new value. On the next check, where is equal to right evaluates to false, Python skips the body and prints you got out of the lost forest. Let's trace what happens in memory. The user runs the program and types right. Python binds the variable where to the string right. The while condition evaluates, is where equal to right? True. We enter the loop body. The program asks the question again. The user types right a second time. Python reassigns where, but it's still the string right. The condition evaluates again, still true. The loop body runs once more. This time the user types left. Python reassigns where to the string left. In memory, the binding changes from right to left. Now the condition evaluates, is where equal to right? The variable holds left, so this is false. Python skips the loop body and executes the print statement. You go out of the lost forest. Here's the core insight. Reassigning the loop variable. Each iteration is what eventually makes the condition false and ends the loop. Without that reassignment inside the body, the loop would never terminate. There's a subtle trap. If the user types right in all capitals, they escape the forest immediately on the very first check. The reason, string comparison with the double equals operator is case sensitive. Uppercase right is not equal to lowercase right. Python treats them as entirely different values. This surprises beginners because humans read both as the same word. The fix. Convert the user's input to lowercase before comparing. Call the lower method on the input string, and then write and write all satisfy the condition identically. While loops work with numbers too. Here's a loop driven by a numeric variable. The first line reads user input, converts it to an integer, and stores it in n. The while condition checks, is n greater than 0? If true, the body executes two statements. First, print the letter x, then decrement n by setting n to n minus 1. Each pass through the loop, n shrinks by 1. Eventually n reaches 0, the condition becomes false, and the loop stops. If the user enters 4, this prints x exactly 4 times. Let's walk through that case step by step. N starts at 4. Step 1. Check the condition. Is 4 greater than 0? True. Execute the body, print x, then decrement. N is set to 4 minus 1. N becomes 3. Step 2. Check again. Is 3 greater than 0? True. Print x. N is set to 3 minus 1. N becomes 2. Step 3. Is 2 greater than 0? True. Print x. N becomes 1. Step 4. Is 1 greater than 0? True. Print x. N becomes 0. Now step 5. Is 0 greater than 0? False. The loop stops. The program ends. The output. 4 lines, each containing the letter x. Notice the pattern. The loop body executed exactly 4 times because n started at 4 and decreased by 1 each pass. The condition was tested 5 times. 4 true evaluations, then 1 final false evaluation. That final false check is what terminates the loop. Now the most common mistake. Forgetting the line that sets n to n minus 1. Without that decrement, n stays at 4 forever. The condition n greater than 0 never becomes false. The loop prints x endlessly, flooding your screen with output that never stops. This is an infinite loop. The program never terminates on its own. The rule: if the variable in your loop condition never changes inside the body, you have an infinite loop. This applies to the Lost Woods example too. Remove the input call from the loop body and the will never gets reassigned. The user is trapped forever. If your program runs more than a second or two without stopping, you've likely hit an infinite loop. To kill it, click the shell or console and press Ctrl+C. On Mac, that's Command-C. You can also click the red X button to close the program, or use the 3-line menu to interrupt the kernel. One guaranteed infinite loop to know, while true with a capital T. The condition is the Boolean value. True, it never changes. There's no variable to update. This loop runs forever unless you force stop it from outside. Let's extend the Lost Woods program. The goal, after the user goes right more than 2 times, display a sad face. We need to track iterations, so we create a counter variable. Initialize n to 0 before the loop. Inside the body, increment n, set n to n plus 1. Then add an if statement. If n is greater than 2, print the sad face. The first 2 passes, n reaches 1 then 2. Neither exceeds 2, so no sad face. On the third pass, n becomes 3, greater than 2, and the sad face prints. Every subsequent pass triggers it too. The input call at the bottom still reassigns where, so the exit mechanism works. When the user types left, the loop ends and prints you got out. One related note: to test whether 2 values differ, use the not equal operator. Exclamation mark followed by equals. 3 core patterns from this lesson. First, always reassign the loop variable inside the body. That's what eventually makes the condition false and ends the loop. Second, string comparison is case sensitive. Write in capitals does not equal write in lowercase. Convert to lowercase for reliable matching. Third, forgetting to update the loop variable creates an infinite loop. Stop it with Ctrl+C. To practice what you just learned, this course has free exercises and AI graded feedback on ludium.ai. The link is in the description.